Hello and welcome to the Philippines and the Pasigarbo Sugbo Festival of Festivals. And it literally is the festival of all the festivals of the cities and towns in the province of Cebu. And consists of about 30 different towns and cities, or more than that probably. And it showcases their festivals that they have each year. Every town has a festival, oftentimes associated with the local saint. And anyway, I went down there. I read about the festival early in the morning and decided to walk on down there. I thought it started at noon, but it started, I think it started at 1 o'clock or so. But by the time it got, I'm just on Osmeña Boulevard here. Fuente Osmeña Circle is just up there to the left a little ways. And they started at the capital, Cebu capital area, and then they went down to the Cebu City Sports Center, I think, is where they had kind of showcased all of the different parades and dancers and festival events as well. There was heavy police presence, and part of the crowd control was using ropes to kind of keep the spectators back behind a certain area, and worked fairly well. The people were pretty cooperative, and I believe there were very few, if any, issues during the parade as well. I'm going to let a lot of this play out as the music, and they play the same song over and over. It's part of the festival music, and not much I can comment about it. I think all of these towns had ambulances and or emergency response vehicles. Look at the size of those speakers. There were times I had to plug my ears. The noise was actually painful at some times. And next time I will bring earplugs. It was interesting, but sometimes there were so many people out in the street. I don't know if it was lack of crowd control or perhaps these people were part of that town and their family members were part of the band or the dancing group or whatever, and they were allowed to be out in that area. But sometimes there were so many people out there that it was difficult to actually see the dancers. Look at the crowd that's out on the street. I presume they're part of that town. Not sure, but I would think otherwise the security would have had them get back behind the ropes, I suspect. There were some big gaps between some of the dancing groups, the towns, and like here you see them running, trying to get caught back up. A lot of them stop and they do kind of a stationary dance in one spot, and then they're back behind the next group. They have to run to catch up. a little bit more footage of the parade and the dancers, but first I took a walk down. There was a big gap in part of the parade there, so I took a walk, and not nearly the crowd that Sinulog gets in January. The Sinulog Festival kind of culminates the third Sunday of January every year, so if you're planning on attending that, you need to get reservations in very early, because prices for hotels and condos go up usually substantially. And anyway, they had food and water, different vendors selling things. There was plenty of room to walk. So the day was actually pretty nice. It wasn't rainy, but it was a bit overcast, so it was a little bit cooler. There was not a lot of breeze. A little bit of breeze would have made it real nice. And a lot of people had left the parade route early to head down here towards the Cebu Sports Center, I think it is, where they kind of put on a show there as well. And here you see a bunch of very exhausted, tired, hot, exhausted dancers. I'm not sure which town or area they were from. Hello. But everybody very friendly, and did get a bit crowded as I tried to make my way down south, down more into the downtown area. There was a huge crowd waiting to get into the Cebu City Sports Center to watch the events there. And I really had to watch, I didn't bring much money with me, but I did have a phone with me, and I really had to watch my pockets. At one point, in fact, along here, I was afraid that I was in a big line, that the only direction you could go was into the sports center, and I didn't want to go there. And I asked, "Where are we all going?" And a few people told me, "We're trying to get through this crowd." So I just followed them. And where there are crowds, there are usually pickpockets, people singling out people who look like they might have phones, money, whatever, valuables. So you really have to be extra careful when you get into crowds like this. This is nothing compared to the Sinulog Festival. And I've had a couple of phones stolen at Sinulog festivals when I shouldn't have even been carrying them. But you need to protect your valuables. Get some kind of, if you carry very much with you at all, get something to wear underneath your clothing. And anyway, that's the parade that I videotaped. Will it happen again next year? I don't know. It's been 6 years since they put it on this year. Festival of Festivals. And anyway, thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at. And I'll see you next time.